could do so many things with this camera angle and I still can't figure any of it out.
Would I complain if this was served to me on an afternoon tea? Yes. Was this a $500 waste of money? We will see. Hi, and welcome back to Aggressively Average. Today we are doing a very exciting video. We are going to be making crumpets. Now, you might be thinking, that's pretty safe. Why are you doing crumpets? That's not difficult. One, we all know I can make it difficult, but two, last video was so much of a fail that I kind of need to build my confidence back up. So let's get into it. So the yeast I have, it says best before 17th of March 2024. Google is saying you can use dry yeast for a couple of years past its best by date, but its effectiveness will decrease. So it'll be fine. Worst thing that happens is it won't rise. Should I use twice as much? No, because what's the point using twice as much if it's all expired? Whatever, this will be fine. Yeast and warm water, we'll see if that blooms. I have my biscuit, pastry and cake flour because it's the only flour I have that's not self-raising, and this does call for plain or all-purpose. So I guess it's not all-purpose, but it is more plain than self-raising. So 150, 200 mils of warm water, a dash of salt, dash of white sugar, a dash of baking powder, a little bit of whisk action. Oh, whisk, whisk, whisk. It kind of reminds me of making Yorkshire puddings, which took me years to get average at. I was smoking out the house. Every single time I used to make Yorkshire puddings, I would smoke out the house. Oh, I was only supposed to add in the sugar and the baking powder after the yeast. The yeast is bubbling. Like, can you see that? There's like bubbles there. So that's gonna be good for the yeast. Oh, whisk, whisk, whisk. So I think we've got it nice and smooth. There are no lumps or anything, so that's a good start, I think. Question is the yeast expired? But I think it's fine because someone on Reddit said they used their yeast 5 years out of date. So this was only 1.5. February 2024 was like a year and a half ago. Was it? Yes. It's September 2025. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna cover this with a plate. Okay, so that has been resting for 20 minutes in a warm place. Let's get these babies onto the stove. Now's a really good time to ask you to like, comment, subscribe. I could do so many things with this camera angle and I still can't figure any of it out. I need a lot of butter for the next part of my video and I don't have any butter, so we're gonna use vegetable oil instead. I also supposed to have a number of metal rings to make the crumpets in. Can't really be bothered to read all of the instructions, so I'm just gonna throw it in and see how it goes. Olive oil, because I don't have any butter. Olive oil up this. I don't know if this will work, but we'll olive oil up this. And then in the recipe video, she uses like an ice cream scoop, but I don't have one. But look how good and like yeasty that looks. It looks good. Okay, can you see what I'm doing?Maybe I'll move the camera angle actually so you can see what I'm doing better. So we're just gonna pop it in and see what happens. I'm just gonna do couple of lumps and see. Look at it, look how bubbly it is. I think the yeast is fine. I'm just realizing these might be mini crumpets because like how big are crumpets? They're bigger than this, aren't they? Okay, so I'm gonna turn the heat down and then I think they're pretty set. I mean, that one looks set for sure. Can we like pick, oh, don't burn your hand. Yeah, okay. Oh, look at that, that's all right. Flip. Maybe don't pick up the metal ring that's been heating up with your bare hands. Oh God. These are gonna be tiny, but I think they'll be good. Not that one. Then I'm just gonna put them on this cooling rack. This worked really well, so it's made me want to try this. This is like a much bigger version of that, so I wanna try this. Get like a real big crumpet going. That is the really big crumpet that we've got going. That's almost ready to be flipped, I think. That one's a cooking. It's gone over a bit of the thing, so I hope I can get it out. These are the littler ones. I think they've come out fine. That one you can tell was in the mold because it's a good shape, but even the ones that are moldless are fine. Let's try and take this off. Oh no, maybe it wasn't fully cooked yet. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. All right, flip, 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 flip. Yeah, that'll do. All right, it split out a bit. It was probably too thick. I think there's something in this one, but I shouldn't make it that thick. That's okay. Okay, so I want to try this one again. Pan is arguably getting now too hot. And then we're going to put a bit less in. So this is attempt number 2 with the big metal thing. The pan is too hot. Do you see the smoking? I don't think it's supposed to be smoking. So the pan's just far too hot. So it's cooking away in there. You see it bubbling. The side ones are bubbling, so we'll see how this goes. These are all of my previous crumpets. This is from the little one. This one got stuck in there, so I had to wait for it to cool down before I could touch it to try and get it out. So let's try and get this one out, actually. There we go, there we go, there we go. Oh my god, it's really stuck. Okay, but good. See, like, I was worried about the yeast, but I think the yeast is fine. Like, look at the side of that. That looks like a crumpet to me. Okay, so I do have some oil splattered all over my shirt. Some slight concern that this is quite a short video and the GoPro's battery is already nearly dying. Was this a $500 waste of money? We will see. Just had enough of using my phone, but if you see me going back to it, you'll know why. Anyway, let's try the crumpets. I don't have any butter, as I mentioned before. I think the vegetable oil worked fine. So I'm going to use jam and taste one with some jam. Let's take the perfect little round one. Okay, if I'm being really honest, let's be really honest. Because they're really flat, I'm hoping this one's better. Because these little ones are really flat, and I should have got molds to do this, I did not think it through. They're a bit gummy. They're okay. They're okay. Have you seen that video where it's like people make little crumpets and use them as cereal? That wouldn't taste good. Based on this, that wouldn't taste good. But you know what? They're not bad. A little bit of jam. Would I complain if this was served to me on an afternoon tea? Yes. It's kind of in between a pancake and a crumpet. Yeah, it's not really a crumpet. Let's rip into this one because this is the big fat one that feels much more like a crumpet. Let's rip it open and see if it has that crumpety insides. That's more like a crumpet. Okay, so if you're making crumpets, one lesson to learn, make them tall. That's why you watch this channel, isn't it? The wisdom. It's still not good. I'm not entirely sure what I did wrong. Probably all of the things that I didn't do as per the recipe, but other than that, not sure what I did wrong. Let me know what you think of the camera quality. Let me know what you think of the editing, the setup. I'm a bit nervous that I've wasted money on a GoPro. See you in the next one. Bye. Oh, maybe don't pick up the metal ring that's been heating up with your bare hands.